Hello and welcome. My name is Ajaxpost and this is Transport Fever, my One Hub Let's Play Speed Build series. And we are in the twin town still, you may recognise it, of Merrick Mitten, the twinning of Merrick Butte and Eastern Mitten Butte, and we're in the Merrick half of that conurbation. Now, as you may recall, I've been struggling here with traffic congestion, and I'm trying to improve it in the last episode, as you may recall, by adding more bridges, more routes, and a few more buses to the setup, and it hasn't actually made a great deal of difference. So what I thought I'd do, in an attempt to work out what might work, is have a little more of a look at the actual detail of where my population need to go. So what we're looking at here is one of the stops in one of the more congested areas of the town of Merrick Butte. There's a bus here which, once we get the play button going, I dare say will let nobody off and nobody on out of these 31 people waiting to travel. Now, my concern was that they were going to places that weren't served by these buses. So I've called up a few people to see where they're going. And what we can see here is that most of them appear to be travelling either by foot. Now this chap is, presumably, he's going to work. Now for some reason it's got by foot there. I'm not quite sure why, because it says here he's going to use my bus, which indeed he is. Maybe he'll go by foot once he's got on the bus. And this chappie here, Paul Patterson, he's going to shop. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how these change rather. Interesting actually, looking at this. In fact, this whole data dialogue is inconsistent. It's saying here he is not a car owner and he prefers to travel on the cheap, which is fair enough. However, he's going to be travelling for shopping purposes to the other side of this twin town metropolis, this urban area. I'm not quite sure it's big enough to be called a metropolis just yet. By car. Curious. Likewise, these people here are all travelling mostly by car or by foot. There's a couple of things that this analysis sort of shows up, I think, is that I need better connections between the residential and commercial and industrial areas of both towns. And also I might need to pay attention to this town of North Window, wherever there it is down here. So, oh my goodness, yes. As one thing I've picked up in all the time I've played the game is that passengers, hopefully they're my passengers, people love to travel between towns. And I think this accounts for a lot of the traffic congestion in these twin towns of Merrick, particularly because Merrick, of course, is closest to North Window, which is a very silly name for a town. So I will need to adjust to accommodate North Window within my transport network as soon as possible, which I'm sure will ease the congestion. The other thing I can do is slip more buses onto this, certainly the Merrick end of this route. There's only 5 buses there, so I can stick a couple more on there quite easily. But what I plan to do as well is to set up a whole new route which will actually better connect the residential, the commercial and industrial areas of these two towns, trying as best if I can to use these exterior highways around the town rather than going through these very congested inner city routes here. I'm not sure how possible that will be, but I think if I can get more buses in there travelling between places, between the residences and the industrial and commercial zones, then everything should work better. And now another thing I want to do is I am concerned about my freight delivery. If we go back to our Algetto Monument Valley hub, as you can see here, a lot of freight is building up, particularly on these two routes. I think these trains need to be improved. We need more trains going to Algetto Messa, which is up here, and Freight Hub 1. Now, I don't want to put more than these 4 vehicles on here, but I do now have access to faster and more capacious trains. So I think what we'll do, even though these are quite old, and it is lovely seeing a big boy rattling through town, I'll replace those with something a bit faster and carrying more cargo. I can't get too carried away because I'm not using, as I said in a previous episode, a platform extension mod at all, so I'm limited to a maximum length of 320 metres, so I need to make sure my trains will fit within that. And I also have plans, which we should get to today, to add the start of an exciting new transport, what's the word I'm looking for? Transport hub. Yes, that's a good word. A transport hub for passengers here into our hub city of Olgetto Monument Valley. Okay, so let's kick this off. Let's go back to our bus and see exactly what happens. Nobody gets off. Passengers are building up there still. Yep. And as you can see, it's a right old mess of traffic congestion. Right, so that's what we'll do today. So thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed the rest of this episode as I attempt once again to alleviate the congestion in my Merrick Eastern Midland conurbation here. That's the second time I've used that word. It's a nice word, actually. I like that. In the Twin Towns, and also do some more tinkering with freight, and best of all, an entertaining, hopefully, new transport hub into our cities. So yes, I will stop talking now, well, very soon anyway, hand you over to the soundtrack and the speed build section. If you enjoy that, please do leave a like on the video. Just click that thumbs up button. Best of all though, if you've got any thoughts, ideas, suggestions, recommendations, criticisms, anything you feel like saying about what's going on, drop a note into the comments box below. That would be very much appreciated. Look at that, there's 2 roads that need joining up. Right, and of course if you've not done so already, please do subscribe to the channel, and that way you'll know when I upload another one of these or any of my other Let's Play series. But from me, Ajaxpost, here in Transport Fever, I will hand you over to the soundtrack right now, and I'll be back with you again soon. But until then, bye bye for now.